Hashtag it's my birthday. Hey, if you're here, write something in the chat so I know you're here. Otherwise, you can be mysterious and I won't even know. Which is fine. Hope you can hear me. So I have a couple minutes to just warm up. So maybe I'll go on mute and make noise. Okay. So a lot of people are telling me they're going to watch this later. Like, the 3 friends I have. It's good to have quality when it comes to friends and not so much quantity. Quality is good. So whoever you are out there listening, thank you. Happy birthday to me. This is my birthday morning. Hold on, I gotta hydrate. Double fisting over here, hydrating songs. Hey, thanks, Rob Lincoln. Yay, I'm glad I have somebody here. I will sing to you, Rob. If you're the only one that shows up, all of it is to you. And my husband, Rich, who's sleeping, so until he wakes up. Well, I probably will wake him up. Oh, and I got a thumbs up. Hey, if you're on here, one person, Rob Lincoln, that I know that you are, you're not subscribed, you might want to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Because I'm on here this is the first time. This is the first time. Okay, I think I'm not going to start yet because it's early. But I'll just chat. So I was in Cape May. So Rich's birthday is the 29th of September and mine is today. And we usually try to go to the beach in the fall. So we went to Cape May and we came home last night. And we celebrate kind of both our birthdays. This is our anniversary month too. It'll be 9 years, the end of the month. So it's kind of our celebrating time of year. Yeah, happy belated birthday to Rich. Yeah, he's thanks for sharing too, Rob. Yeah, so we were celebrating and then we came home last night and I was sitting there thinking, oh, it's comparatively dull here, even though we were very much socially distant in Cape May. We wore masks everywhere. We, stayed away from the crowds. On Friday, we walked along the mall and we saw it got a lot more crowded than it had been during the other weekdays. So we were like, no, we just kind of stayed away from any kind of crowds and we only ate outdoors and we tried to get a table that was near no one. So we were trying to keep socially distanced that whole time. And I think we were successful. We disinfected the hotel. The hotel had a kitchen and everything. And they say they wiped everything down, but we double wiped everything down. So it was good to get away. I can't tell you how different I feel after being kind of feeling cooped up and then being able to enjoy the ocean, which I have this theory about the ocean. I'm not a scientist, so I don't really know, but I have this theory that the ocean, hello, Jennifer. Oh, yeah. Yes. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining. This is awesome. Very cool. So I have this theory that, the oceans are affected by the moon. The tides are affected by the moon, and we're affected by the moon. If you have ever lived with a crazy person, I have, then it's not Rich. Although, if you ever live with a crazy person, the moon affects people. Or an alcoholic, the moon affects that. But a lot of people say when you're near the water, you feel calmer. And I have a feeling, I'm not a scientist, but that since your body is made up of mostly water, if it's not 75%, it's close to it, between 70 and 75% water, that you're just like the moon. And when you're by the water, you just feel calmer. And you're not like the moon. You're like the ocean. You're just the same. It's stardust. We're stardust. So, by the way, I am wearing show clothes because it is a show. This is a show, everyone. And I dressed up for it because it's my birthday. And I can. All right, I'm just going to start playing because it's getting close to time to start. So I wrote this song about exactly a year ago when we came back from Cape May. The night I came back, before I was even done packing the car, I just sat at the piano and this came out. So I thought it was appropriate to start this show with this song. I ran as fast as I could down to the storefront corner, peeking over the row homes, hoping to see the promise of a Ferris wheel, part of the sphere, winking back at me from the sky. I could see colors, the lights all aglow. Oh, how they twinkle at night. It's time for the carnival. Can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's fly to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. Didn't have much to hope for, never dreamed of diamonds or rubies. Came by the crazy, honestly, learned how to act sane from the movies. Oh, you should have seen me back then. I was drunk with desire. I wanted to be good at something, good to someone, prove them all to be liars. It's time for the carnival. Can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. I sit on the bench in Cape May, October last mute on the shore. The church is a junkie's playground, the connies don't stop there no more. Yes, it's a bit chilly in autumn, but I'm still seeking thrills and I have the right. No one should hold that against me, everyone deserves to see pretty lights. It's time for the carnival, can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. Doesn't matter how fast you go fast or slow as you might. All of life is a circle, catch as you can, don't hold on too tight. Just when you think you've gone forward, you might go backward again. Don't waste your time counting accomplishments if you can't count on your friends. It's time for the carnival, can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. That song is called Top of the Ferris Wheel. Hi, hello, Diane. It's so good to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in. Hi. Oh, wow. So much good people here. I guess that's Buzz Rosenberg. I had to think a minute. That's probably Buzz. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. That song's called Top of the Ferris Wheel. It's on the album. It's not very produced. It's just me and piano, basically. Hi, Jennifer. We have like friends. Yes, it is Buzz. We have like friends of friends and friends that are friends of friends on the list, even though there's like not many people here, which I'm glad for the people that are. I haven't really done hardly any of these. This is the first YouTube thing I've ever done. So how's the sound? Is it okay? Can you hear well? Okay, cool. All right, well, no, that wasn't an answer. But if anybody's listening and the sound is great, okay, good. All right, good to hear that. So I was in the beginning of quarantine thank you, Diane. I was in a song drought. I was definitely in a dry spell, uninspired, just upset about the whole situation and just could not be creative, could not write, just really struggling emotionally, mentally, physically, every way. And I didn't write songs at all. And there's quite a few songwriters here. So you know that feeling. And some people were very inspired. I wrote one quarantine funny song and then I was done. It was like, I got nothing. And so I didn't write. And then I saw through the Songwriter Association in Washington, they had a masterclass with Louise Goffin, who is a wonderful singer-songwriter. And she also happens to be the daughter of Carole King and Jerry Goffin, and just has so much like insight. It was like a 5-week masterclass, and it wasn't very expensive, which was kind of nice. And I took that masterclass with her, and it just broke my spell. And I wrote a couple songs. I'm not going to write the first song I wrote because that's still really, although all of these are still a work in progress. I'm just going to play a couple of these, and then I'm going to go back to playing what's on the album. Oh, and by the way, if you are following my earring drama, because I lost my earrings because when I put my mask on, somehow my earring fell off. In Cape May, I found almost the exact earrings that I lost, except they're blue or purpley, and ones I lost were silvery gray. So they're different, but they're like lighter. Like the ones I had were like a bit heavier. But I found replacement earrings, and I'm happy again because I was just not wearing. I tried to wear a different earring, and I lost the post to that, and just not having luck. But now I have secure little things on them to keep them on. So if anybody wears earrings, women or men, and you're struggling with your mask, just make sure you put some kind of security on earrings you don't want to lose. Okay, so this is called The Light Left On. This is one of the new ones that I wrote after taking this masterclass and kind of coming out of my drought. I have no home apart from you. Where would I be without the part of you residing in my chest, breathing in everything that's good and breathing out my loneliness. Between you and me there is no division, almost like we started our own religion. Look at all the stars that get along up in the sky. You and me, it's like we're our own perfection. Love so sweet it tastes like a fine confection. Love as golden as the oceans and as tall and twice as wide. I have no heart apart from yours. I feel transfusion in the rhythm of its beating. If not, I'm 10. Nothing within, only hollow, noisy clanking. Between you and me there is no division, almost like we started our own religion. Look at all the stars that get along up in the sky. You and me, it's like we're our own perfection. Every day it tastes like a fine confection. Love as golden as the oceans and as tall and twice as wide. I am not me. I am not me without your love. There is no big show or gesture that I need from you, just your smile between the miles. And I'm home again and turning off the light left on. That's called The Light Left On. Thank you. Thanks. You know what? I'll throw the other new one at you a little bit later, but I wrote 3 since I took that class, and sometimes something just wakes you out of your, whatever funk your head is in, and it's really kind of nice, and that's kind of what happened. Oh, thanks so much. Where do I go from here? I might go into the trio. Maybe I should. So forgive me. I did bring my little baby Martin, but I didn't play much when I was away. And glad I had it because I needed it, because the songwriters in the Philly area do this Cover Me party. And someone needed a recording of a song that they wanted to cover. And I didn't have a recording, so I had to, on the fly, just kind of record the song, which was kind of a work in progress song that I've only played out maybe once or twice, if at all. And I found myself having so I'm glad I brought my little baby Martin, which I won at the Philadelphia Folk Festival last year, not the year before, at a raffle, which has come in pretty handy because now it's the guitar when I go to like little trips like that, I'll take. So this is I'm going to go right into my trio because I just want to. I wrote a trio of songs about a love triangle between Clara Schumann, Robert Schumann, and Johannes Brahms. I'm a huge Johannes Brahms fan. I'm a double bass player, classical music, and I just love Brahms bass lines. They're like melodies. You feel like you're the star of the show when you're a double bass player and you're playing a Brahms symphony because the lines are just beautiful, and it's partly due because his father was happy birthday. Thank you, Kathy. Partly due because his father was a bass player. So he grew up hearing bass lines and he was just really, really good at writing them. So he was never married. And I always felt simpatico with him because I didn't marry till I was 45. And so I thought I was never going to be married like Brahms. I thought, like, maybe I'm the reincarnation of Brahms because I'm not married either. Like a lot of people wish they were Cher. Like, yeah, I think, not Cher. Cher wishes she was like Cleopatra, or she said she was Cleopatra in another life. I was Brahms. That's what I think. Maybe. Oh, I got a thumbs up on that. Yeah, you can hit thumbs up or you can hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel, because although this is the first one I've ever done, I will do more. We'll see how that goes. So this first song is about Brahms being alone and, gosh, I'm talking too much. That feeling of being a writer and being alone. Saddled with the duty of writing songs about true love. It's something that composers ought to do. The heart is young, though not in years, but I see love through a lens of fear. It's hard to tell a falsehood from what's true. I recognize the sputtering of broken hearts when they take wing. They need the strength of two where there's just one. I've seen the shot off Cupid's bow miss its mark and crash below my feet. I gaze ahead and I walk on. Oh, don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. The world don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I notice that you're generous. You heal my heart with tenderness, and my imagination starts to run. Hi, Heidi. But in the club of lonely hearts, I am a patron of the arts, and I know how this ends before it's done. Oh, don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. The world don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. Dreamed we shared a moment where you drew me in, caressed my hair, and whispered softly in a dulcet tone. I close my eyes as if it's mine to feel that tenderness one time again. My eyes flash open, I'm alone. Don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. The world don't don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. World don't perish, sky don't fall on me. Thanks so much. That is called World Don't Perish, Sky Don't Fall. And it's from the actual title of a song that Brahms wrote that was called World Don't Perish, Sky Don't Fall Until I'm With the Girl I Love, which is most likely in German, and I've never heard it. I wish I could. No, this is not a mini. Thank you, Michelle. This is not a mini. And thank you, Heidi, for joining. Oh my gosh, I'm so flattered and so blessed. This is actually a Martin guitar that I inherited. It's a D15 Martin I inherited from my brother when he passed, which I cherish it. I usually don't take this one out. I usually take my Takamine out because this is a little precious to me. But I do love playing it. Thanks, Diane. So the next part of the trilogy is the Clara Schumann voice. So that was the Brahms voice, and that's kind of, I felt, very much like Brahms through my life, being alone. And this is the Clara Schumann part, which Clara Schumann was married to Robert Schumann, who was the premier composer of his day. But Clara Schumann was also a wonderful composer in her own right. Actually, when I was in Cape May this week, I was listening to some of her piano works. She's written a lot of Lieder, and German word for lieder, for songs, and German songs. And she was a touring virtuoso pianist and performer, and she toured. She lived in Germany. She toured the Netherlands. She toured Russia. She toured the England, and all on like horse and carriage and boats. And usually I say that like before the quarantine, I would say, you touring musicians, aren't you glad you didn't have to do that? But now I think most touring musicians would be happy to travel in horse and carriage if they could tour. So this song is called Darling of the Muses, which is the name that Robert Schumann gave Brahms, because one day Brahms walked into, and this is what the song is about, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but he was told that he had to get to know Schumann if he wanted to go anywhere in the music business. So they're like, Schumann is the kingmaker. You need to go see him. So he knocked on their door and he rocked their world. I am married to the kingmaker, but of all the kings he chooses, JoJo's a ball breaker. He's a heart taker, and they call him the darling of the muses. When I entered the parlor, JoJo sat at the piano. He had diamonds in his eyes and his hair was a halo. And he began to play like nothing I'd ever heard. It was crazy, made me dizzy. I think smoking is the word. The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. JoJo kisses my children at night and tucks them into bed. They traded tunes for days, took evening walks after tea. Nothing happened, I'm ashamed, although there's no impropriety. But he does give me a charge, and he blows all my fuses. How did I fall in love with the darling of the muses? Tongue started wagging after me and my kids. I wish I'd had half the fun that they'd imagined that I did. But I got bills to pay, I got work to do. Ain't it funny how JoJo didn't get a scarlet letter too? The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. JoJo kisses my children at night and tucks them into bed. The kingmaker left me when he jumped into the Rhine. The voices in his head were so much stronger than mine. But I loved him with a vengeance, every moment here gone. He left me with JoJo, but he also left me all alone. The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. And when he took his last breath, I turned to JoJo and said, let's take a trip together, but he blew his kisses to me. He said he'd rather be a loner as long as he was free. Now my heart is broken twice, and I'm left with all those bruises. How did I fall in love with the darling of the Muses? And now I'm in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And now I'm in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And now I'm in the counting house. That song is called Darling of the Muses, and I love that someone's dancing. Thank you, Jennifer. That's awesome. It's a dancing kind of song. But JoJo in the song is Johannes Brahms. We call him JoJo. And good morning, Rich. And yay. And when I say the Kingmaker left me when he jumped into the Rhine, he actually really did jump into the Rhine. Robert Schumann had a mental illness. And he did jump into the Rhine, and he wanted Clara to jump with him, and wanted to end his life, but he survived, and he lived for 6 more months in a sanitarium. So thanks, Tom. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming, everyone. This is kind of a nice way to celebrate my birthday when, like I said, I came home from Cape May last night, and I was like, what do I want to do on my birthday? So it was kind of this short notice sort of thing, which is so me. So I decided to throw my own birthday party. I did this once before when I was 25. I had a happy birthday to me cake. And so I'm sort of throwing my own birthday party. And I'm glad you guys are here to celebrate with me. It's really kind of fun. It's, I mean, Rich has been good and everything, but, So the last song in the trilogy is Robert Schumann's voice, which Robert Schumann, like I said, he had some mental illnesses, which, by the way, mental illness is not anything to be ashamed of. I am on meds as we speak, which is why I'm so cheerful, probably. No, it's actually just a surfacing out of anxiety and depression that I've been feeling since the quarantine. And I encourage you that if you are feeling any kind of mental stress, to not be ashamed of it. It's like, I'll give you an example. Last week in January, I broke my foot, and I was first day in Florida visiting my 91-year-old mother. Did not want to go seek medical attention because I'd just gotten down there, and I didn't want it to be like, I'm the one that needs help. And so I ignored it. And when I got home, I got it x-rayed, and I just hobbled around for 2 weeks, and I got it x-rayed, and it was broken. And then I got it taken care of. My point being that you can hobble around. Like if I hadn't finally gotten it taken care of 1 week 3, I'd still be hobbling around on a broken foot, so mental illness is quite the same as a broken foot. You can hobble around or you can get help. I've been in and out of therapy my whole life. It's been a treat for me to be able to get therapy. I know there are things you can do to get help if you can't afford it. So I am encouraging you that if you are struggling, because I have many times in my life, and this has been one of them, to seek help. So this song is Robert Schumann, who I also feel simpatico with. Not that I would ever jump into a river, I wouldn't. But he really was cool with all of the love triangle stuff. He trusted Clara. He didn't really see it as a problem. He probably had no reason to not trust Clara. And he was, he loved both of them, Brahms and Clara. And so this song is not how necessarily he felt, but how I would feel if I were Robert Schumann, because he really loved Clara, and his father, who was his teacher, Clara's father, who was Robert Schumann's teacher, was not in favor of their marriage, and he sued her father for her hand and won and married her. So he was pretty devoted to her. They had 7 or 10 kids. Maybe Rob Lincoln can help me with that, because I've heard both. I've heard he had 7, and I've heard they had, he was not the JoJo who thought he was a loner. No, he was not, although he was a loner. JoJo actually was a loner when it came to women. He tried. He was engaged once or twice. But this is how I would feel if I were Robert Schumann and, someone had turned my wife's head. aim so high on your love. Came to rely on your love. Now I ask why. Got a degree in your love. Got a paper decree of your love for eternity. You don't look my way. Got down on my knees for your love. Sued your enemies for your love. Cut down family trees. You don't look my way. I faced every fear for your love. Shed salty tears for your love. Gave my best years. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put a lasso around the moon? You know that I feed on your love. I beg and I plead for your love. I've got a need. You don't look my way. You know that I die for your love. God knows I've tried for your love. You're not satisfied. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put a lasso around the moon? Where do I go without your love? What do I have to show without your love? Who do I know? I don't know you. Please set me free from this love. Lord, rescue me from this love. You're all I see. You don't look my way. That's called You Don't Look My Way. Oh, today is World Mental Health Day. Oh, that is good to know. So I'm glad that if you missed this, later on rewind, because I talked a little bit about mental health and how it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to get help for. I do when I need it throughout my life several times. I've been on antidepressants. I've been off antidepressants. I've been back on. I've been off. I've been back. I've boomeranged. When I need it, I go for it because I would rather live life my healthiest way I possibly can than to suffer like you would walking on a broken foot for 2 weeks like I did and hobble around. It's the same thing. So World Mental Health Day, go get help if you need it. So Jellyfish, I'm wondering if I should do it on piano or guitar. And by the way, all of these but one so far, which was the new one I played, will be on the album coming up, which I am so excited about. It's like, it sounds so good. I'm recording at Morningstar Studios, and it's Glenn Barrett is producing and engineering it, and I am just blown away. Like some of the band, the house band, which is Ross Benoit and Chico Huff and Eric Johnson, Eric with a K. They're amazing, and the creativity they had in the studio and brought these songs to life in a way that I couldn't have imagined. And it was just such a thrill to be able to watch that process, be a part of that process. And I have Jay Davidson doing some flute and sax parts on Mrs. Claus, which is my Christmas song, which will be released as a single before the album. So pretty psyched about that. That'd be a good rock song. Yeah, You Don't Look My Way. I think so. I think it's rocks out a little bit. Also jazz. It's also quite jazzy, I think. I guess I'll do Jellyfish on guitar. So the new album is going to be called Jellyfish on the Moon. The artwork is Sammy Dozar, who did the artwork. Actually, she did the artwork on my first album, which she did this, if you can see it, it's a little shiny. She did Chasing Happy, the album artwork, which I loved. I just love her art. It kind of represents me really well. And it was so funny because she did Jellyfish on the Moon, the album, and she had all kinds of, I didn't know what she was going to come up with. And I'm not an artist, so I visually couldn't even imagine what anybody would do with that. And what she came back with was, there's a lot of constellations and things like that. And I'm like, oh, of course, it's the moon. It's in the sky, and they had 8 children. Thank you. So Clara and Robert Schumann had 8 children, and she was an incapacitated husband and 8 children, and was a touring musician. And she had some help. She had servants, but she really had to work. She was the income in the family. So probably disowned from her father after Robert sued him. So thanks, Rob. That was a good, I know, damn. It's like, what a woman. This is like 1850s, 1860s. So it's like, sheesh, it's a lot to deal with. Jellyfish is going to be Jellyfish on the Moon. I can't wait. I think the art's coming today. It's actually a watercolor painting. And I just, I'm thrilled. Rob Lincoln, touche. They did not. So, in the 1990s, NASA sent 2,500 jellyfish into space. And they must have gotten frisky on the way up, because they came back with 60,000 jellyfish. That's a lot of jelly roll. But I have to tell you about jellyfish and how I got distracted. Yes, I'm one of 9. I'm the youngest of 9. So even though I'm 54 today, which I am, I'm still the baby. I'm the youngest, and I always will be. And if my sisters are here, or my brothers, or my mother, who's 91, who I'm so proud of. So, jellyfish and humans are alike in one peculiar way. Jellyfish have calcium nitrate crystals in the perimeter of their bell that help them tell up from down. And humans have that too, in our inner ear. But when they brought the jellyfish that had been born into space back to Earth, they found that they could no longer tell up from down. And sometimes I feel that way too. I wasn't born here, I was born on the moon. I don't know what's up or what's down. I wasn't supposed to leave my home. I wasn't supposed to be found here with gravity holding me close to the ground. I have a resistance to east and to west. I don't want to go either way. But with much persistence, I'm moving on. But in what direction, I cannot say, because gravity is holding me close to the ground. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving, and I don't know how, but I'll find my way somehow. You wouldn't believe if I told you the truth. You won't understand what it meant. Turns out my life was transported here. I was a mad scientist experiment, and they let me go and released me into cold. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving and I don't know how, but I'll find my way somehow. Excuse me, please, there has been some mistake. I was born to be free and floating out of space. You brought me back to Earth. Now I can't find my place and I'm topsy-turvy. I'm topsy-turvy. I'm topsy-turvy. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm evolving. I am a jellyfish birthed on the moon. I'm revolving and I don't know, but I'll find my way somehow. That is Jellyfish on the Moon. It is the title track of my upcoming album being released in January, February timeframe. Thanks, Diane. NERFA was one of the first places I ever played that song out. So that was the birth of that song. I got some coaching through it during NERFA. And now it's the title track. Such a wonderful world. And my sister Dot says, happy birthday, baby sister. And I hope that I am as lively and vivacious as my oldest sister Dot when I get to her age in a very, very long time. But she's absolutely beautiful. If you met her, you would think she was my sister, and I'm not kidding. She's just a beautiful, beautiful person, as is my sister Valerie. And thanks for the Jellyfish. Yeah, that was my husband's very sciencey, and I probably wouldn't watch so many science shows, but he does, and I end up watching them with him. And that was the Jellyfish is a true thing. It happened, but it wasn't the moon; it was the space station. Which don't tell anybody. I used a little bit of artistic license there, but they did, in fact, do that. And I think it was an experiment to see how, people would, or life forms would react to having different gravity and to come back to Earth, being born in space and come back to Earth. When you think about it, even astronauts are like sick when they come back because it's like you're used to not being in such a gravitational force. And then all of a sudden you feel like you weigh a ton, I guess, and you feel pretty sick. So thanks, Mark. Thanks so much. Happy birthday to me. Yes, it's my birthday party I'm throwing to myself. So thanks for joining. I'm so glad you're here. This is like making it a really happy birthday for me, actually, to have like, a little concert and have all your support and your love. So I think I will do now one of the songs I wrote after I took this Carole King, Louise Goffin, who is Carole King's daughter, who is a songwriter in her own right, a wonderful songwriter. I went to her masterclass, and one of our exercises, I think it was the second week, was she said to just write a verse. Actually, this might have been the first one I wrote, actually, because she said to write a verse, and she had been watching the Frank Sinatra special on Netflix, and this is Louise Goffin, and she was just she's not really a listener of Frank Sinatra normally, but she said like just those songs are just so beautiful and they're so well written that he sang, and she said try to write just a verse and focus on the vowel sounds. She said like they are. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for joining. Thank you. So I did. I wrote a verse and then it turned into a whole song, but it was sort of like focus on vowel sounds, sing a song a crooner would love to sing, like a Rosemary Clooney or Frank Sinatra or Tony Bennett or any of those crooner type people. So that's what I did. And normally I don't like, what do we call them? A prompt in the songwriting. I don't do well with them. And I go to our PASA events and I try, but I usually end up writing something really foul or really like not my brand basically. I really go way off brand when I write with a prompt, but this actually turned out to be a good prompt because she said only write a verse. And I was like, I can write a verse. Like, I can write a verse. And it turned into a song. Like, it was that whole idea of like not having to write a song, just a verse, just for some reason made it. So I'm just giving you this advice because I know there's a lot of songwriters here. Maybe don't try to write a song. Maybe just try to write a verse. And this vowel sound thing made it interesting. So this is called Lonesome These Days. And this was the first one I wrote. And it was this idea of, well, I'll just sing it because I talk too much. Dust on my suitcase, low on miles. The sun hasn't kissed my face, can't seem to find my smile. I'm lonesome for a stranger's gaze. I'm lonesome these days. Rain on my Saturday, can't stand my own company. The walls turns their backs to me, 'cause we've started to disagree. I'm lonesome for a stranger's gaze. I'm lonesome these days. There've been times that I've wondered if I'd never be alone, 'cause the party always seems to be chasing me. Now the party is over and there's no place safe to roam, and I know that's not the way that life's supposed to be. Now I don't talk to strangers, I'm a little too shy. I'm never dangerous, nobody's alibi, but I'm lonesome for a stranger's gaze. I'm lonesome these days. There've been times that I've wondered if I'd never be alone, 'cause the party always seems to be chasing me. Now the party is over and there's no place safe to roam, and I know that's not the way that life's supposed to be. Now I don't talk to strangers, I'm a little too shy. I don't have dangerous ways, I'm nobody's alibi, but I'm lonesome for a stranger's gaze. I'm lonesome these days. I'm lonesome for a stranger's gaze. I'm lonesome these days. Chairperson of the board. That, if you don't know, is a twist on the nickname that Frank Sinatra had, chairman of the board. That was his nickname. Yes, thank you. That's a big compliment to be the chairwoman of the board. Or these days, I guess we would just say chair. Would you? Chair of the board. Anyway, chairwoman. So yeah, so that's called Lonesome These Days. And the whole idea was like, nobody gazes at anybody anymore. If anything, like when you walk out, like people kind of like avert gazes, and it's just kind of weird right now. So it's the whole idea of gazing, of like just gazing in public. I miss that. The things I miss is kind of interesting. The thing I used to hate to do the thing I hated to do most in the world was try on clothing. Yet I'm missing it, because now if I buy something, it doesn't fit. I don't go shopping. It's like I'm very careful. I'm high risk. Thank you. Thanks for the compliments, Heidi and Diane and Jennifer. Thank you so much. And my sister Dot, my beautiful sister Dot. So I miss trying on clothes. I always hated trying on clothes because I just hate it. I absolutely abhor it. But now I'm like, I wish I could try them so close, because now it's like I order something, I'm like, not working. And I'm not about to go try on clothing right now. So the things you miss that you never in a million years think you would miss. I miss hugs. I miss doing this live, although this is really fun on a birthday to do this. I miss some things, but all in all, things aren't so bad. I have a lot of hope. Where do I go from here? So that was that song. Well, maybe I probably got a couple more here. Maybe I will do, since I've been talking about Louise Goffin and Carole King and all that whole kind of relationship, maybe I'll do my For You and I, which is on the album. And I suppose I could say it's inspired by Carole King. For you and I, there is no distance, no future, no past tense, no sense of time. For you and I, there is no heaven, no hell to be forgiven, no reason, no rhyme. For you and I, there is no history, no sense of mystery, there is no why. For you and I, we are not earthbound, we never touch ground when we can fly. Can you imagine that we have never begun and that will never end? Can you imagine that we are not separate at all, but that we're just one spark lighting up a sky full of love? What brought us close? The law of attraction, but human reaction is keeping us alive here. You bring me home, a place I can let go, and I don't even really know until I arrive there. Can you imagine that we have never begun and that will never end? Can you imagine that we are not separate at all, but that we're just one spark lighting up a sky full of love? I'm here to console, and this is not romance, this is not by chance, it's what you made for. Oh, bless my soul, I bear it freely. Take anything that you need, you give me back so much more. Can you imagine that we have never begun and that will never end? Can you imagine that we are not separate at all, but that we're just one spark lighting up a sky full of love? I'm here to console, and this is not romance, this is not by chance, it's what we're made for. Oh, bless my soul, I bear it freely. Take anything that you need, you give me back so much more. You give me back so much more. You give me back so much more. Thanks so much. Thanks, Mark. That is it's called For You and I. It's also on the album. Really fun arrangement with the band. It's really kind of cool. Can't wait for the album to come out on it, obviously. It's like really fun to talk about. Let's see. Piano sounds good. That's good, because it really needs to be tuned. So I'm glad it's not coming off as it actually doesn't sound so bad today, but some days I'm like, oh, if I hit like an octave, which I won't hurt your ears with right now. So maybe I'll do my Never Been to War song. Okay, this is called Never Been to War. War is dust, war is loud sound, war is boots upon the ground, but I've never been to war. War is miles of shifting sand, war is blood upon my hands, but I've never been to war. I've seen it on a movie screen. I've heard a childless mother scream. I've seen the documentaries, but I've never been. War is suffering, war is pain, war is money down the drain, war is inhuman. As you're counting up the cost, how do you count the life that's lost when you've never been to war? You've seen it on a movie screen. You've heard a childless mother scream. You've seen the documentaries, but you've never been. All is fair in love and war, they say. What's fair about them anyway? 'Cause war hurts. 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. Don't keep your woes all in one place. Plan future wars in outer space, but you've never been to war. Fill your armies with the brave, 'cause if you're wealthy you get waved, and you never go to war. You've seen it on a movie screen. You've heard a childless mother scream. You've seen the documentaries, but you've never been. All is fair in love and war, they say. What's fair about them anyway? 'Cause war hurts. 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. 'Cause war hurts. 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. Thanks. That's called Never Been to War. Laura Nero, I love when I get that compliment. Every once in a while, someone gives me that compliment, and I'm always so flattered by that and complimented. Love Laura Nero. So yeah, thank you. Thanks. That's Never Been to War. Wait till you hear the band on that one. That is I can't even tell you how it's just startlingly wonderful. I'm wondering if we should have Christmas in October. Because I have a single coming out. I might as well do it, right? It's a Christmas single, and actually most people get their Christmas singles out in like August. I'm a little late. But it's almost done. It's finished recording. It's getting mixed and mastered. Artwork is coming. It's called Mrs. Claus. Is this the key I do it in? Sure. Who's madder than the Mad Hatter? Who's angry and has good cause? It's not the key. It's way too low. Sometimes I forget. I mean, I used to sing a lot higher. I used to be like a lyric soprano. I'm not quite that anymore. But I'm not a baritone. Who's madder than the Mad Hatter? Who's angry and has good cause? Who's grumpier than the Grinch? I'm pretty sure it's Mrs. Claus. She's the brains behind the business. She's Scantersoft's backbone. Santa's workshop is slowly melting, and Santa works from home. The North Pole is home to Santa. It sits on a big old sheet of ice, but the ice is slowly melting. Santa's gonna need a flotation device. The snow's fallen here for thousands of centuries, long before hunters and gatherers roamed. Mrs. Claus has seen the documentaries documenting her melting home. She's trading Santa's reindeer for porpoise, trading a sleigh for a big old boat. She's riding up a habeas corpus, 'cause she's a prisoner of this melting boat. The North Pole is home to Santa. It sits on a big old sheet of ice, but the ice is slowly melting. Santa's gonna need a flotation device. Who's madder than a Mad Hatter? Who wants there to be better laws? Who wants to save Santa's workshop? I'm pretty sure it's Mrs. Claus. I'm pretty sure it's Mrs. Claus. You know it's Mrs. Claus. So, since you're here on my birthday and you're so supportive and so wonderful, I will share with you a little secret about that song. So, this song will come out as a single very shortly, soon. And please share it with your friends when it does. It's a really cool song, and it has these sax and flute parts, and it is featuring Vance Gilbert. He will be featured on the song. So, which will be, it's a climate change, and it's fun, and it's such a fun song when you hear it when the band's doing it. It's they made it much more fun and exciting than it is, and then having Vance Gilbert be featured on it was just icing on the cake, cherry on top, all those things. So it's I'm so flattered that he agreed to do that, and he's a genius. It's just like really, really wonderful. So thanks for all the key. Who's got the key? Kathy, I like keys anymore. And half the time I don't write even down chords. Like, here's an example of Lonesome these days. I was coached through it, so there's a lot of notes on it. There's no chords. So if I put this away, it's just words. If I put this away and then I don't get back to it for a while, I'm like, how did this go? And I can write music, and I did do the charts for my songs and stuff. I can do that. I'm just lazy. So it is close to the hour. Yeah, I'm pretty excited that Vance is going to be on that recording, which is really fun. So let's see, what do I got left? I'm thinking of all the songs on my album that I did. I could do that. I have a couple more, I think, if you want to hear a couple more. Definitely want to do Portrait. Probably that'll do that. Oh, I should do Aging Like a Son of a Bee, because it's my birthday. And that's the perfect song for that, I think. Because I sure as hell hope I am. Let's see. Okay, this is on the album. Again, the band rocked it. And here we go. La da da, la da 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 da, la da da, la da da. I never thought I'd be around to watch my hair turn silver brown overnight. For all the fears the world lays bare, to be afraid of my own hair isn't right. So I embrace the gray, although it seems so radical and strange. If wisdom comes with hair of white. Bring it, bring this change. Oh no, I won't hang on to who I used to be. Oh no, I'm moving on, getting closer, positively free. Aging like a son of a bee. La da da, la da da, la da dee da da da, la da da, la da da. I've been around enough to know that hearts that break grow 7 times their size. And those who we admire as strong to place on pedestals is wrong, I realize. But I do it all again, make all the same friends and love with no bounds. For lonely in my darkest hour, the hand of God in all its power turns me right around. Oh no, I won't hang on to who I used to be. Oh no, I'm moving on, getting closer, positively free. Aging like a son of a bee. La da da, la da da, da da dee da da, la da da, da da. You might see my hair aqua blue, or there may surface a tattoo along the way. For though I'm standing in my truth, I might steal a lesson from the youth and play. So I say you do you and I'll be me, and we'll all just be fine. For those who close to me well know I play with puzzles and Legos and color outside the lines. Oh no, I won't hang on to who I used to be. Oh no, I'm moving on, getting closer, positively free. Aging like a son of a bee. Woo-hoo, 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 doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Woo-hoo, 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 doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Woo-hoo, thanks so much. That's called Aging Like a Son of a Bee. I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do 2 encores. 2 planned encores, because I know you're both like, you're both, it's all 2 of you are on your feet and there's thunderous applause. And so I have to come back because don't want to disappoint both of you. So. It's a wonder how every day is a new portrait. We get to paint it, often without much care. Some days we find that we've painted a weed, some days a fine orchid. Brushstroking blindly we stumble on something rare. But this day I've put aside to create with intention, rather than run from fear or try to hide. I've got a new canvas, an old easel to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. Sometimes an artist will paint the landscape they see right before them. Looks so real you can imagine you're there. Sometimes they paint with visions and dreams, abstract and foreign, taking your heart on a journey, who knows where. I can paint it surreal for the hard parts that I'm not free to mention, with as much honesty as we all can abide. I've got a new canvas, this old easel to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. If I could inhabit a painting, which one would I choose to? The skies of Van Gogh or the fields of Monet? But I've come to the truth that this is the frame I belong to, and that someone's painting me a little late. My colors may fade, my body may break, my mind lose dimension. The persistence of time never lets you stay long for the ride. I've got a new canvas, this old easel to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. And when the story is over, when the paint dries, when all that's left are those observing to decide, will they see satisfaction in my eyes when they look at my portrait? That is called Portrait. That is also on the album. My last song I will do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, I am not a painter myself. I admire people that paint. That's why I get my album covers done by a painter, Sammy Dozer, who any minute now, my watercolor album cover should be arriving at my door, which I'm just so thrilled about. Jellyfish on the Moon, coming to you in January, February timeframe. And this will be my last song today, and this is also on the album. And I wrote this song. I wrote the song because I had put on Facebook a meme that said, it was a picture, really cute picture of Dolly Parton. It said, "Feeling cute, think I'll kick Jolene's ass." And it was kind of funny. And thank you. And Rob Bruckner, a singer-songwriter friend of mine, he challenged me to write the reply to Jolene. And this is what I came up. This is what I think Jolene might have to say if she were around. Jennifer, yeah, that's one of the first times I played this one out was at Nesser. Nesser's such a great little place for songwriters to retreat. It's me, Jolene, who takes the blame. I hear you yodeling my name every single time you get the chance. You declare that I'm the one who came along and spoiled your fun. You're just using me for your snake dance. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. That song you sing is such a fraud. You spin your tail like Chairperson, as if your live or dying depends on me. Your imaginings put me through hell. The truth is stranger than the story you tell. Listen up, the truth will set you free. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. Your man is not the one for me. But if he wants another, cut him loose, set him free. I see the sadness in your eyes, yeah, that's a look I recognize when a situation's finally seen. And if you didn't think I'd done you wrong, I bet we would get along We have more in common than it seems. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. Your man is not the one for me. But if he wants another, cut him loose, set him free. Don't blame me. I'd say you're the finest woman I've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. Don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man. I want you. That is called Don't Blame Me. Son of Groucho. Oh my gosh. Wow, you're like in Scotland or something. I forget exactly, or the UK or somewhere. Thanks for joining. That's so nice of you. Thank you everyone for joining. This is the first time I've done a YouTube live. I tried once and I failed. So this time it actually happened, which I'm really happy about. If you want to subscribe, there is a subscribe button. A subscribe button that you can click, and then if I do this again, you'll get alerted that it's coming up. This is just such a joy to spend my birthday with this crowd of people. I am really, it's like I've had 15 or 20 people at my house, and we had a party, and it was all about me, which everybody knows that's like my theme. So thank you, Karen. Oh, thank you for the gift of my birthday. This is a gift for you. Time is the most precious gift anyone can give anyone. And you all gave me your time today, which it's such a huge gift to me and means a lot to spend time with me on my birthday and to listen to my songs that are from the album that's coming up and some new songs. And this, I think you can listen to this later if you didn't catch the beginning. I'm just flattered that you're all here, songwriters all, and thank you for listening so carefully. And your comments show that you're listening because you're really deep with the comments. So thank you. Thanks to my sister Dot, and if my sister Val's out there, and my mama, maybe she'll listen later. But thank you. Happy birthday. Happy day. Hope the rest of your day is great. Hope you enjoyed brunch. I didn't really bring food. Can't really eat when I sing, but thanks everyone. Thank you for the hearts. I can't wait for the CD either. Jellyfish on the Moon coming in. Thank you so much for the blowing the kisses and virtual hugs, and I'm hugging you back, and thank you. Thanks, Gail. I'm so glad to see you. Thanks. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, because this kind of goes by and sometimes I get distracted by it and look, I lose my place. But I'll read all the comments later, and I really appreciate, like I said, time is so precious. So spending your time with me is just a wonderful gift today. So thank you. And onward to year 54. Or I guess if I'm 54, it's year 55. So ARP next year, even though they've been sending me their literature for years, maybe I'll join. Get that discount on the trolley. So, okay. This is the weird thing about YouTube. You end up like just blathering and saying bizarre things. And yeah, that's what happens. But thank you, everyone. This was such a gift. And I will be sending you information about the new album, which is coming out January and February, called Jellyfish on the Moon. And I'm psyched. So bye. Thank you.